Okay, John Wayne, time to get in your chair, buddy.
No, not doing it.
What? Why?
Hey, you were really insulting last week.
Oh, come on, no, John Wayne. It was the script writers, right? I mean, it was just part of the show. Don't worry about that so much.
Yeah, you're the script writer.
They were only Well, okay. Look, I'm sorry. It was a little aggressive. It was a little over the top. Some of the feedback wasn't great, to be honest.
No, just too late, Barson. I've hired a replacement. I got you a co-host
How am I
trainee.
going to do this week's bit?
Got you a co-host. A
What?
trainee.
No. What about Geoff?
Geoff who?
Jeff.
Almost live from Chilliwack, it's Chilliwack Tonight! Join Barson and his guests Paula DeWit, Nancy Cigar, Chris Fassbender, Rachel Caroline Plaza, and Don Lane. And now, Chilliwack Tonight!
Wasting away, watching clouds float by my window.
Chilliwack Tonight! Woo! All right. Do you feel the energy? Whoa! Where's John Wayne? Where's our guest host?
About that, called in sick this morning.
What do you mean? This is his first day. How can he be phoning in sick?
Hey, it's in his contract. He's allowed up to 28 sick days.
We only tape 50 episodes per year. How is this possible?
Well, he's apparently a really good negotiator. Much better than Geoff or you, for that matter.
Damn, are you saying we have no one for today?
Nada.
Well, that's going to make for some really weak banter, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I don't think you have much to worry in that department. I think the audience is used to it.
Oh, how's this going to work? Hang on. Is Dawn left? Dawn! What? Dawn!
Hang on.
Come on, have a seat. Come and have a seat. Sit down.
All right.
Hey, Donnie, my man. How you doing?
Hi.
You look really good in that seat.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thanks for not leaving. And I just had a little favor I wanted to ask. Wanted to know if you would like to be on the show. I think you've always wanted to be a guest host,
Well,
and
yeah,
we'd like to try it today.
I'd like to try it, but usually around now you tell me to get out because I just
No.
take the other
I
thing.
don't mean it in that way. I mean it kind of like, hey, great show. Get out of here, you big lug.
You knucklehead. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. That's all I meant.
Sure.
That's all I meant. But you're here now.
Right.
Why don't we do a dry run through right now? See how we get to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to?
Yeah.
Let's keep it simple because this is your first time. Let's just jump right to letters. Do you have those letters in front of you?
Yeah, I
some
got
there for you. You see
I've got
that?
a couple here.
Yeah. Why don't you read one?
All right. From Geoff, John Wayne's playing hardball. This negotiation isn't looking too good right now.
Oh,
Ouch.
Geoff.
Oh.
Very sorry to hear that. That's that's you play with the big
Yeah.
boys, right? You got to show up with the gloves.
Yeah, okay.
Go get him, Geoff. Go get him. Okay.
that one hurt.
I got a letter here.
All right.
Barris, your payday loan payment is due. Please contact us. And you know what?
You might want to check into that.
Yeah, I don't know who screens these letters, but you know what?
Need a new writer.
Yeah, you're just. Please continue.
Okay.
Just leave that to the side.
Hang on. I got
Leave
it. Wendy says, Don, you're an amazing host. Why haven't they used you sooner? Love you on News of the Week.
Come on,
Wendy, you're
Donnie.
so...
Donnie, come on. Read the actual mail, all right? No ad-libbing. No one knew you were going to be on the show. That's not possible.
I did date a Wendy once.
Yeah,
Okay, it was a mistake. But...
I think I did too. So, Barris, you seemed a bit off last week.
You're always off.
Not a very funny intro.
Not.
It was stupid. Geoff.
Ooh.
Geoff! Writing a lot of mail lately, Geoff, huh? But at least you're watching the show.
Someone's
Huh?
paying
All right.
attention. All right.
Someone's paying attention.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to who's on our show this week.
Okay.
It's going to be...
Barris, I got this. When in doubt, go with the trained professional. This week on Chilliwack Tonight, Nancy Cigar with Tales from the Quarantine, Rachel Caroline with COVID Corner, Paula DeWit, and a brand new video curated from international a cappella singers.
What are you-
And Caleb Dangworth with weather and a new segment, Opposite You.
We alternate on this. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Chilliwack
Oh,
Tonight.
okay. Chilliwack
Chilliwack Tonight.
Chilliwack Tonight.
Tonight. Tales from the Quarantine with Nancy Cigar.
I have short legs. Well, they're not abnormally short. I mean, they match my body. The thing is, when I sit on a chair meant for an average height person, as most of them are, my legs are not long enough for my feet to touch the floor. So they dangle, and that's not comfortable. So I like to cross my legs. Now along comes this nasty virus, and for whatever reason, I'm eating like constantly. I'm putting on weight. My legs are getting fatter. So now when I sit on a chair meant for an average height person, my legs are dangling. I can't cross them. They're looking just like fat sausages hanging in a deli window.
Tales from the Quarantine with Nancy Cigar. Well, all right, and welcome to our newest and latest segment to get you all up to date on the happenings here and around the world. That's right, it's CT's Opposite News Update for Thursday, June 11th. Starting in Chilliwack, Mayor Ken Popoff announced this week that playgrounds and parks will stay closed effective June 11th, 2020. Because of the success of social distancing in BC and flattening of the curve, Dr. Bonnie Henry has allowed a relaxation of some of the rules imposed on municipalities early in the pandemic. The city of Chilliwack, in a defiant move, has decided to thumb their noses at these new provincial guidelines. Mayor Popoff was quoted as saying, "And when the second wave of the pandemic hits this fall, we may even open the parks. No one is telling us what to do." Now remember, this is the opposite of what actually happened. In national news, the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau refused to venture into crowds to support Black Lives Matter because doing so would make him a hypocrite. He stated venturing into large crowds represents the opposite of social distancing and further, taking a knee for the Black Lives Matter movement when he had repeatedly appeared in blackface in those photos from his university days would be hypocritical. And there's one thing no one would ever be able to accuse him of, and that's of being a hypocrite. And in more Trudeau news this week, well, that was awkward. Internationally, while there's so much we could cover, we wanted to focus on something the US President Donald Trump said on Twitter, and I quote, "I'm so proud of all the peaceful protesters around the world in support of Black Lives Matter. It's so great that we can all come together in this distressing period and be one people, one world, blazing a path towards equality and justice for everyone." And I'm not just saying that because it's an election year. In weather, because we're assuming Dankworth won't actually ever get to it this week, snow. Blizzard-like conditions are in fact forecast for most of the Chilliwack area, and hope is expected to be buried in an avalanche. That's it for this week's Opposite News Update. And remember, just because we're opposite news, that doesn't mean we're fake news. In fact, if you consider you can't trust most news outlets, being the opposite of that, we're probably realer than real.
Wack Word, totally an attack word. Wack Word.
All right, Wack Word.
Wack Word.
Wack Word. Yes, welcome to the show, Paula DeWit. How are you today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Good. We're doing an interview a little bit later with Paula and her new song that she has. But today, thank you so much for stepping in with Wack Word, which is really everyone's favorite. It's hot. It's all over the net. Wack Word. Right?
Wack Word.
Wack Word. Yes. Everybody loves Wack Word. So today, I've got some interesting Wack Words for you, Paula. Do you have your Wack Words all lined up for me?
I have them all ready to go.
Okay, well, let's just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
And for everyone who hasn't watched before, we say a word. The other person tries to guess what the word is. If they can't, we use it in a sentence. And if they still can't, we give them the definition. That's it. That's Wack Word. All right, let's start. Posiliquent.
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 Care to-
Must mean I'm quite eloquent.
Yeah, well, you'd think that. But I'd have to pause eloquent and think about that. So maybe not. What, you want to use it in a sentence?
Yes, go ahead. Use it in
Okay.
a sentence.
Paula, if you don't mind my saying, you've been awfully posiliquent lately. Huh?
Yeah, in the office, apparently. I don't know.
No
Give it to
word?
me.
No words?
I
Few
can't
words?
think of it.
Definition? Perfect. A person of few words. So you actually are posiliquent.
Whereas you're a man
Today.
of many words. Can you guess this one? Widdershins.
Widdershins. Yes, that sounds familiar. I would say it's Old English. I would say widder came from wider. It's widdershins. What you were wider shins. You had fat legs. Someone with fat legs.
No, that's not it at all. I'll give it to you in a sentence. Barris, you are completely widdershins right now. I feel like I don't know you anymore. You're driving me crazy because you're not listening. And you need to listen to me. If you don't change your ways, we're going to have to end our relationship because it's completely widdershins.
For the love of God, Paula. It's a sentence, not a soliloquy, okay? You must be from the theater.
But do you know the word?
I don't know the word.
Okay, here's the definition. This is another way of saying something is moving in the wrong direction.
Oh my God. That's a long way to get to that. Okay, well, that was an interesting one, though. But let's see if you know this one. Arenaceous.
Arenaceous. Arenaceous.
Care to hazard a guess?
Arrogant.
No, not exactly. In a sentence, Paula, forgive me. For some reason, you look quite arenaceous today.
Well, thank you.
I don't know if
Or
you'd be
should I be
thanking
thanking
me.
you?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Guess?
Aristotle-like. I don't know.
Well,
I look like Aristotle.
This is an odd one. It refers or resembles someone that looks like a hedgehog.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
So
well,
what a weird word, though, because a word for someone that looks like a hedgehog. You could just say, you look like a hedgehog.
yeah, well, you don't want to look like my next word.
Okay, well, fire away.
Cockwomble.
Okay, well, I'm gonna steer clear of the obvious, and I'm gonna say cock has got something to do with rooster, and womble, like a kind of a drunken rooster, kind of like that.
Aye, you're a bit of a cockwomble, aren't you, Barris?
Are you using it in a sentence? or-
Yeah, that's a sentence for you.
Okay, so I'm a bit of a cockwomble. I'm a bit of a drunken rooster? I guess that's not the word then. No, that's
No,
not the
it's-
definition.
It's a person, usually male like yourself, prone to making outrageous statements or inappropriate behavior while having a very high opinion of their own wisdom and importance.
Well, you got me there. You definitely got me there. Well, Paula, thank you for playing Wack Word.
Wack Word.
Totally an attack word.
Totally an attack.
But not a mentally slack word.
Oh, okay.
Wack Word.
Wack Word.
I don't know if you've all been following along, but about a year ago I thought my wife had left me. It turned out she was only just in the other room. But since then, she's officially left me. Now, I wrote a song about it, and it put me in the mind of perhaps leaving the weather game and moving on to a career in music. You tell me. Apologies to start, but my soul has departed. Margaret had a way of finishing what I started. Now my loves took off with her friend Uncle Steve. And all that she left was my heart on my sleeve. Now that's a part, right? It's truly abhorrent, forgot my wife Margaret. I thought she was gone, she was in the apartment. And now that she's gone, guessing I'll have to stay. She told me I'm better off dead anyway. The kids are all wishing that I'd have a bath. They call me Darth Vader and carve epitaphs. There ain't no more thank you when I scoop ice creams. And Liam just said I'm a rat in his dreams. Wow. apologies, Barris, I'm all weathered out. I have no more instincts of that, I've no doubt. Now Margaret's gone and I won't bear a thing. I'm even thinking of taking off the ring. I don't really actually wear a ring. It bothers my fingers, but you know, it's a metaphor, so you get it. I'll buy a microwave and I'll win the kids' love. And Margaret can move into the apartment above. I won't be mad if she brings Uncle Steve. So long as when they get here, that means I can leave.
Barris, what was that?
Yeah, that was Weather Guy. Weather Guy's having some problems, I think.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You might want to give him some direction, give him the notes.
Well,
perhaps.
we try to. We try to. People like Weather Guy. They really do.
They do.
But I agree. He's not really getting to the weather as often as we would like. You know.
Yeah. Again, the notes after the performance should.
You know what though? Like honestly, and I mean this in the nicest way, Don.
Yeah.
You know, like you're a guest host, so appreciate your observations. But if you wanted to keep them to yourself, I wouldn't mind that either. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got this.
You're sure you got this?
I got this.
You're trained professionally. Okay.
All right, welcome back, everyone, and welcome to the show, Paula DeWit. Who this is not your first time on the show. You were probably at our second episode ever of Chilliwack tonight. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, and Paula is the conductor for the Chilliwack Symphony Orchestra. And on our first show, you came to show your video that you just produced for your group Belle Voci.
That's right.
And what was the name of the song?
Leah Garland.
Leah Garland. It was a beautiful piece. It was a cappella.
Thank you.
And it was 8 singers. It looked very difficult to do. And we thought, well, this is just wonderful. It was a gorgeous piece. And but then you told us you're going to be doing an international version of this, and we said, please come back. And now you're back with news about the international version.
Yes, that's right.
Well, tell us a little bit about it.
Sure, I'd love to. What we did is we put a call out on the internet to anybody who wanted to sing along with Belle Voci in their next virtual choir project. So it made its way around the globe because we got lots of interest, and we got people from Indonesia, the United Kingdom, United States, all over the world, France, and they submitted their videos, and we put together this project.
Wow, that sounds incredibly complex. How long did that take to put together?
It took quite a long time. The most difficult part is to get the voices all to line up and to make sure that everybody's in tune.
Well, because they record themselves using whatever device, and then you get the files, and
Yes.
I assume there's some sort of a click track or something that they would sing to, or?
Yeah, we had sung the piece before prior at a live performance. So we put instructions on the live performance, and they would follow along on their computer with headphones on and sing to our live performance, and it would have a click track where they would sing. And then they would record it and then send it to us. They would record it on their iPhones. Then they would send it to us, and then we would extract the audio onto Logic Pro, and in the video we used another program, Adobe-based program. I can't remember the name of it right now. And we had to make sure every part was lined up and make sure the entries were the same, the endings were the same, and all the pitches were the same. You can easily go into these programs, just click perfect pitch and everything's perfect, but that doesn't sound realistic, so we go in there and we actually tune each note to make sure that the chords are
Well, it's
right.
an incredible, laborious process by the sounds of it.
It is.
But at the end product is well worth it. And you've had several thousands, many thousands of views already on YouTube.
I think we're 5,000 or so.
Wow,
Yes.
that's absolutely fantastic.
Thank
So
you.
Paula, thank you so much for coming on the show today, talking a little bit about the project. What's the name of it again?
Ubi Caritas.
Ubi Caritas, right now on Chilliwack Tonight.
Ubi Caritas et amor, Deus Ibi est. Congregavit nos in unum Christi amor. Ubi Caritas et amor, Deus ibi est. Congregavit nos in unum Christi amor. Christi exultemus et in ipso iucundemum, timeamus et amemus Deum vivum. Exultemus et in ipso iucundemum, timeamus et amemus Deum vivum. Timeamus et amemus Deum vivum. Deum vivum. Et excorde divigamus nos in cielo. Et excorde divigamus nos in cielo. Ubi Caritas et amor, Deus ibi est. Congregavit nos in unum Christi amor. Christi
Wow, it's actually felt like pandemic week here on the Chilliwack Tonight set. And when actually getting COVID-19 is probably the best thing that could have happened this week. So where were we? Geoff, still in contract negotiations. The contract busting guest host, sick. Rachel Caroline Plaza, sick. Nancy Cigar, still in quarantine. Caleb Dankworth, changing career paths. We'd like to thank Paula DeWit, our musical guest this week, for beyond being a wonderful contribution to the show, just for showing up. and to Don for demonstrating that he's just so much more than just being the voice. Okay, now, assuming everything goes according to plan next week on Chilliwack Tonight, Kellen Sape with the world release of his new single, Bare Bones. Rachel Caroline Plaza with Co-Video Corner. Nancy Cigar with Tales from the Quarantine. And Geoff, or a new co-host trainee, you'll just have to watch and see for next week on Chilliwack Tonight!
Thanks for watching Chilliwack Tonight! Join us next week to see if the co-host trainee shows up to work. Musical guest, Kellen Sape, and all of the usual cast of characters you know and love.
By my window.